Kindergarten's philosophy is based on 3 underlying principles, and that is accessibility, affordability and quality. Children's emotional, social and physical well-being should be nurtured from the early years, and you do that through creating environments that support children from their perspective.
Hi Roby.
Hi.
Lovely to see you. What are you doing this morning? About to come and find something to do?
I have some really nice today.
Kindergarten started in Wellington with early visionaries. Mary Richmond was the founder of the first kindergarten, which was called the Richmond Kindergarten. She was part of a national movement. They were very much focused on taking children off the streets and creating an environment that was good for them. Kindergarten gives to the communities, I think, a sense of belonging, a sense that they are contributing, that families and the wider community is contributing to something, and that is the education and care of young children. So for communities, they provide a hub. Often it's the first experience with formal education, and so it's a really big deal for them. And so that's really important for them to have a sense of connection with their children, and also to feel like they are still active players and contributors to their children's education.
I've been in early childhood for just over a year now. I started off as part of a one-man project. Pretty much the scheme was to put 8 young men into early childhood setting and see how they reacted to it.
The experience of the pilot project was transformative for both the young men and for the children.
Coming in every week and seeing the children and watching them develop, it kind of makes me develop too. It's been quite exciting, quite a good journey so far. We had the option if we wanted to study further, and now there are 4 of us studying for our teaching degree at Te Taripuna, Order.
I think when children are playing, they're certainly learning. One of the aspects of play is socio-dramatic play. It works best with a group. So you can have someone who's, a parent, someone who's going to be the grandmother, someone's got to be the dog. And that is absolutely honing the imagination. It's also honing your ability to relate to others and to have empathy. Is really important for children to explore what different worlds are. It's a nice, safe place.
Haere mai, ki te whāriki. Come and sit down at the mat. Touch your toes. We'll do our karakia first. E taku whānau, me ngā ora, mō te kai, ki ora. For our families, friends and food, we say thank you.
There are a lot of skills and strategies that teachers bring to the art of having conversations with young children, and qualified teachers do this very well.
Really? You are too. So what do you want to say to them?
Having conversations where you kind of share the power, where the children are asking questions as well. The teachers are making contributions at just the right time and then coming in with a question. That's a very difficult thing to do, actually. The Wellington Kindergarten Association has very good teachers who just doing that all the time and automatically.
The children that attend our kindergartens are diverse. Kindergarten needs to reflect that. We're also really focused on finding ways of enabling children and their families to participate. It's not good enough to be housed in one building and expect everyone to come to them.
The Kindergarten Association runs a home-based education service called Ituao. We're targeting Pacific families in Canis Creek and Waitangiroa, but our program's not exclusive to Pacific families. A lot of our educators are actually family members of the children that they're looking after. We've got grandmothers, we've got aunties, we've got older cousins. So we decided, starting the service, that all our educators will be trained before they can be a caregiver in our program. And that's why our program seems to be working at the moment.
We come here every Wednesday for playgroup. They love it. I look after my 4 grandchildren, the 2 boys and the 2 girls at home.
The educators get to talk about what they're doing and share experiences. The children get to play with other children, and most of all, they get out of the house.
What we've done with Ituao is to wrap a framework of quality and support around those arrangements. The experience has been transformative by all reports because they have learned more about themselves, about parenting, and enjoyed success. And that's the secret, I think, to building communities.
One of the things that we do here is track the children's development in our learning story profiles. Today I've observed Vongali extending an interest that he's been working on for 2 or 3 months. And we'd been looking at the book about the Titanic, and I suggested that they might like to build the Titanic with the dough. And through this interest we are recording how he's increasing his knowledge and his skills, how he's developing his relationships with other children as they interact together on this shared interest. Through the profile we can see how Vongali is building interest and his identity as a learner. We store the profiles in this shelf that's accessible to the children so that they can share them with friends and with their parents, and in this way we add to them and create a community of learners.
The leadership of the association has encouraged a group of support people, senior teachers, head teachers who are interested in research. Not only are they trying to strengthen the learning muscles of the young children, but the teachers themselves are strengthening their own teaching and learning muscles by exploring questions and discussing things together. There's a real energy.
I really like working with a fully qualified team, so it means that everybody's on the same page with the way that they're interacting with children, their understanding of children's learning. Here they are, the way that children learn and the importance of relationships. There's a lot of support from the Kindergarten Association in terms of allowing us to have time every day to talk as professionals. The time that we spend with children is really focused on the children, and we all have the same understanding about what experiences, activities and interactions that are important to support a calm environment.
At the moment I'm about 2/3 of the way through my kindergarten teacher registration. It's a great process that they have in place. They're really supportive and the professional development opportunities are just fantastic. Our head teachers and all the other teachers we work with are all really supportive and helping us achieve our goals. That's great.
Being ready for school is sort of just being comfortable with who they are, having exposure to a variety of experiences. So, for instance, even in literacy, just being exposed to letters everywhere. It's in our puzzles, it's on the walls, on the signs, outside in the sandpit. Do you want me to write it a bit bigger for you?
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see it and copy it. If they've had exposure to being able to use crayons and pens, use scissors, confident to stand in a group, to work with and alongside their peers and with teachers, then that will help hugely with the transition to school. Sometimes we say it's sort of, we transition them for life, and the next step from kindergarten is school.
Isla is 9 months and she's just started, and this is her big brother Max, who's 3. So it's great that they can both be here together. It's kind of, she's just settling in, but I think it's really helping that she's got her big brother next door. She had her first sleep here today, so that was great. And we can just kind of hopefully make it a little bit longer next time. Each time she comes, she can settle in a little bit more. So things have changed since my first child was at kindergarten. He's now 6. And he started off doing the traditional hours, so he went to afternoon kindy when he was 3, and then when he was 4 he did the morning kindy. So having a slightly longer day has been really helpful, especially when I went back to work.
People have a high trust in kindergarten. It's part of Kiwi culture. It's up there with Weet-Bix and Mumite and all those sorts of things, as being part of who we are. Kindergarten is a service that's nestled in its community, providing high quality early childhood education to the children and their parents and whānau.